Griffin over there?
Hey, we are live. This is the Lorenzo's Music Live on Unfiltered Show. Ba-da, da-da, down, bow, boom, pow. That thing. And this is a show where we live stream our practice each week. We play some songs and work on some new ones, and that's essentially what we're doing. You're watching our live band practice. So there you go. That's the show. That rhymed. Yeah. So we're going to...
Very nice.
You like that?
I did.
I am. Hey, we got... Sometimes there's interruptions. Somebody just walked
Special
into the
guest?
Hey there.
Doing the beatbox this
Nobody
evening.
can see that because it's off screen. But there you go. He's going to do it. He's going to show up. There he is. See, we got somebody here. That's right. People just wander in off the streets.
Yeah. Vagrants just off the streets.
We don't have any money. All right. But we are going to jump into our first song here, and we'll do that right now.
Which one is it?
This is Drinking by Myself.
Oh, nice. Classic.
Somebody starts it. No one's around anymore. Rooms were empty and suitcases were gone. One had stayed but still went away. So I'm drinking by myself. My left eye still twitches. New towns and all the same shit. Only the ones that live with you seem to give a damn. But I'm drinking by myself. Same dirty shirt, can't stand the smell from the night before. Your words won't hold water even though they ought to. So I'm drinking by myself. Okay. A little improv on that one. I was like, let's do another
I think you
solo.
wanted Brian to solo
I
again?
wanted Brian to solo, and then it seemed like I said I was going to solo,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I just learned that little part like yesterday.
Oh, you did. You were pretending like you wanted it to be Brian.
Tabri.
You made it ambiguous so that
Right.
you wouldn't play.
No.
Yeah, I know how you...
That's not it at all.
That's how devious he is.
All right. So, how are y'all doing
Although
tonight?
it should be double.
It should. I know.
That
I
solo-
realized that when I went in, I was like, oh, I did it the song length, not the live length.
Yeah,
where
traditionally live, way back in the day, we would play that twice as long because then you could like really take it to the strain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry, dudes.
So that was
my bad.
That was our song "Drinking by Myself," and that is one from our. Is that from Solamente Tres Palabras? Yes, it is. From that album. Okay. I don't know why I just blanked on that. I'm like, what album is that on? So anyway, that's that. You look like you had something to say. Nothing? Yeah? You're second guessing now? All right. Can you guys give me a little? I'm gonna do a brief update of news. Give me some background music for the news. I kind of like it when you guys accompany that. I just got some short announcements this week. Oh, look at what you're doing. That's actually really pretty. So, this week, coming this Friday, we have a new podcast coming out. You can stream it anywhere you listen into podcasts. And I am talking with Kirsten, who runs Indie Beat Radio. And it is an independent online radio in the federated universe. And bands can actually connect their music to it and have it played in different channels. And we talk all about how to do that, the process of it, And if you want to check it out, you can learn more about it before the episode this Friday at theindybeatradio.fm. So there's that coming up. Is this an actual song you guys are playing? No?
Of course not.
So hopefully that part of the video doesn't get muted later on if this is something that we're not supposed to be playing. And we have to mute the background music. Now. All right, that's enough. That's all the announcements I have for this week. So, best part of the show, somebody else's music.
I mean, it was inspired by someone else's music.
Oh, I know what it was. Okay, it took me a minute.
Yeah,
I know, I'm not going to say it. Okay. So, that was that. Now, this week I have a question I wanted to ask you guys. So, I have a show that I listen to where they listen into crime and suspense radio shows, and then they talk about it afterwards. And one of the underliers there, and us being Midwest people and the people that do this show.
You listen
I listen to
people listening.
Listen to people listening. I watch Mystery Science Theater. That's watching people watch movies.
That's fair.
So anyway, one of the things they talked about, and I feel like this is only a Midwest thing, they got into a big conversation about ticks.
Oh, yes.
So ticks, to me, growing up, this was like what you see on television that quicksand is. Just out there everywhere. When you go somewhere, they're like, look out for ticks, check for ticks. If you're out camping, check for ticks. In the summer, check for ticks. Have any of you ever actually had a tick?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
have?
yes.
I've
Oh,
never even seen one. I don't know what they look like.
My dog just had one.
Really?
Big,
Yeah.
nasty. They look like little spiders, but
You should get
How
out
big
of the
are they?
city
Because they
more,
were talking
Tom.
about them, and they're like
Depends. It
they're like
depends.
almost
Yeah.
the size of a finger.
nah.
I mean,
Well,
the tip of a finger.
Wood ticks will be like the size of your pinky fingernail.
Wood
They're not-
ticks,
and
well.
they're not dangerous.
They're the ones you
But
want.
gross.
They're-
Well,
they're
you
the
don't want
biggest.
any of them.
You don't, but there's much smaller ones called deer tick,
Okay.
and those are the ones, PSA,
PSA.
those are the ones that you can get Lyme disease from.
Okay.
And then now there's a third kind called the bullseye tick. No, what's it called?
I love that you're so knowledgeable.
No,
even though
well-
you can't remember the name.
That's how you know if you might be infected with
Oh, yeah,
Lyme
you get that
disease is you get a
bullseye.
bullseye rash. And if you get that treated with
Oh.
antibiotics within the first like 72 hours, you're likely to not have it progress. But if you let
Okay.
it go unchecked, you can have long-term Lyme disease and weird
Wow,
shit
gross.
can happen.
I always pick, because I've never seen one, so I picture them as thumbtacks. That's the way I've always viewed them in my head. I've never seen a
Well,
tick. I've never had a tick. They look like, I just imagine they're thumbtacks.
I mean, there's so many different weird bugs. You've probably seen one and not known
Have you
it's a
ever
tick.
left the city?
I have. No, I grew up camping. That's what I'm saying. Every summer I would go camping for months in the
Lone
woods.
Star.
And I've
Oh.
never gotten one.
There's one more tick, and this one's the wildest.
Okay.
It's new. It's because it came up through Mexico, then through Texas. It's called the Lone Star tick. And literally, like, if you get infected with it, you can develop an allergy to red meat.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm safe.
Yeah, well, and
Yeah,
people,
that's right.
the crazy thing is you eventually lose, like, the allergy wears off after a couple years.
Okay.
But it'll stick with you for months to years, somewhere in that range, depending on how much of its
PETA.
whatever. Yeah.
PETA should
I didn't
spread
hear
that
any
Yeah,
about
right?
that. All they talked about was wood
Yeah.
ticks, and then they were describing them, and I'm like, I've never seen one. I assumed that these two would probably have had them, but because they're the outdoorsy type. Have you ever had any, Rob? You have. Okay.
Yeah,
I
we have
never
a
have.
It
tick.
happens.
You can get this.
Wow. You people are just filthy.
Yeah, I never bathe.
It's true.
I don't know why I said that. Anyway, okay, that's enough.
It's just
I'm-
cologne.
That
I'm
was
not
my
overly clean.
inquiry about ticks that I wanted to know, just because I heard somebody talking about it and it made me realize I've never had one. And it just seems like a Midwest thing. Everybody tells you to check for them. That is our PSA. That did
Yeah.
sound like a PSA. I feel like we should have a mascot, and it should be Thumbtack the Tick.
The more you know.
Yep. Oh, I got to get that sound effect. That dee-doo-dee-dee-dee. Yes. All right, we're going to move on to another song now. So, getting back into practice,
Actually play music?
we're going to actually play
How
music.
novel.
And now we're going to do a single that we released about a year ago called With You. And we can do that. I think I went too fast. Looking back, I saw time that I wanted back. I could have said, but I can't with you, but I have to try. With you, but I have to try. It may not have been right, but that's a chance I took. Who knows what would happen if I made you look? With you, but I have to try. Here it is. With you, and here's the change. I checked that one window when I go driving by. I know it's not that simple to think it's still your light on. I think I went too fast. Looking back, I saw time that I wanted back. Was it rash? I could have said, but I can't with you, but I had to try. With you, but I had to try. We ended it at the right time.
And we played the right arrangement.
We did play
when
the right.
We practiced it.
Yeah.
We went over this one because we hadn't played it for a while. Right before.
Yeah.
We actually did 2 of those stops, and like the arrangement was a little different when we practiced it.
Right.
So.
But there wasn't. They did go briefly into that change before it went into the change.
Yeah.
One, but.
No, it was right the way you did it.
Yes.
We did it.
We did it. We did it.
We overcame ourselves.
Steve Holt. I don't yell that enough. Steve Holt. I yell Tom Ray a lot, actually.
No, I
it's
think
the same
you yell
thing.
it just the right amount.
Just
maybe
just
even
the
a little
right
too
amount,
much.
but-
I don't know.
Tom Ray.
Yeah, that's better.
I like that better. That one's gonna stick. The Tom Ray chant. So, all right. So that was With You. That's a single that we released. You can listen to that everywhere. And this here is a section of the show where we work on songs, and it's called Working It Out. Bam! There. So this here is where we work on songs that we either are learning for the first time or songs where our guitarist moved away, and now we realize this is an entirely different song without guitar. So this week we are going to be working on our song Could Take for Years, which is also a song that we released
And
about a year ago.
working through this song feels like it's taking years.
It does. It's only been 2 weeks.
I know.
We played it
it's
live.
It's a hard song. It's just a weird.
We played it live,
Ugh.
and then it was horrible when we played it live, and it's like, okay, let's put that one in the Working It Out segment. And then we did it last week, but Rob wasn't here.
Yeah, and again, a lot of it is me. It's like it's really hard for me to play that recorded bass part live for some
Right.
reason. So I'm
And
gonna
so we did discuss last week that you might change it up.
especially with the guitar gone. We need a little bit something different. So I'm gonna try some weird stuff tonight. Well,
Yeah.
not that weird, but different stuff.
Oh, I got to turn that down.
Sketched it out again
Did you?
and had my saxophone while doing it instead of transposing.
So
Should be good.
now we did. You weren't here last week, Rob, but we
Nice.
did notice something. So we might just skip this intro anyway, or do something with it. But just to make a note of it, the intro is what we've had problems with, and what we
Very
found
much
is
so.
it's because the part that's being played is without the rest of the band, but that part is on the and beat. So if you count. So it stays onto it.
He looks so confident. He looks so confident.
Do it again. You thought you had it, and then you didn't.
I was going through this today at work and driving between
Yep.
jobs. I'm like, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
That's why I hate this song. Yeah.
So it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
So in
He's
my-
got himself a cue.
Right, so I think so when I play it in my work truck, I have the right and left channels reversed.
But that still doesn't change the time signature. Or it's where the
No.
clap is. Yeah.
Right, so I hear the part that you're clapping on
Oh, you do.
in my work truck and not here.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip that for now. And another idea we had too is it can do an intro. We can do a stop. It doesn't have to go directly in. We can do the. But he will probably need to do the ba-na-na-na. So we'll have to work on that. So let's skip it for next time and go through the actual song because we want to get to fixing that bass part or seeing what we can do about it. So we're going to start just 1, 2, 3. No, we're just going to go right into the part after that. So we're going to come right in on the. Yeah.
In other words, we're going to work on the intro once we actually have the song.
Once we actually have the song figured out, we'll worry about the intro.
It's smart because
Yeah.
if we always try to shoehorn in the intro, it always starts us off on a bad foot. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so.
So it starts with you guys. I don't play piano on it, and it's got the stop. So it's bump, ba dum. Yep. That time and place.
Am I off?
Yeah, you came in early. It would change. There you go. Everything from then if I didn't hide. Can I say it would never end? Thought that I could take for years. That was when I could see you here. Yeah, we got off again there somewhere. And also that was still the chorus. So we were still on the chorus there. So it doesn't switch to the other part. It's still the.
Yeah. Your keyboard part means nothing to me.
I know it doesn't. To me, it does. To me, it actually is what ties
Yeah.
it together. It's like the rug in the room. I get it.
So
The
I started a
rug.
downbeat right when you started your first note, and you said I
Boom,
was off.
Ba-dum.
You said so.
You came in a measure early, before the. Yeah, it was early. I was still singing the chorus when you changed.
Huh.
And that was why I was like, you came in early because then it comes in right there. So let's start it from the beginning again and see
I
if
was
that
playing
happens.
like eighth notes, so you may have thought I was coming in early.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's try it again, just from that beginning part. Same part.
3, 4.
That time and place, it would change everything from then if I didn't hide. Can I say it would never end? Thought that I could take for years. One more time. That was when I could see you here. Want what it had, couldn't change that chance, and then what's left never was going back to that place again. I thought that I could take for years. That was when I could see you here. Here's that change. Now I want to take that time and find if it's still what I thought that I could take for years. That was when I could see you here. So we kind of made it through it, and it was all right.
What
I mean,
was
what's
what was
weird
on your
is
mind?
Well,
yeah.
just-
What's going on in your? What do you think?
The slides, clearly, after listening the last 2 weeks, without Eric, I can't play the recorded part. Like,
Right.
The song just
With the
sounds
slides.
like bleh.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. So I think I have to do something driving. So I was just trying to fit in some eighth notes or something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what the notes are because I was gonna start playing the part that Brian was playing, but he started playing it right away, and I think it's better if you play that.
Yeah.
So Brian came in playing this part.
That's what I consider the C.
Yeah, no, that's. I think it sounds better for you to play. I was just gonna consider playing that because it didn't exist,
Right.
but I definitely like it better for you. So I just gotta figure out what to play.
Yeah. Yeah. It just needs a new bass part. It needs
But
something
I think
else.
a kind of a whole new bass part.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Marinate
So
on that.
I'm open to anything, but like I think listening to this, even when we're playing, whether I was on or off,
Uh-huh.
it was better than the slides. I mean, no,
Right.
seriously. 'cause
I caught that too.
well,
I actually did notice
because
that.
I was always playing in the right key.
Yeah.
So when I say on or off, it's more like whether I was playing what I intended to on which beat. I wasn't doing all the time because I was listening to everything. But
Mhm.
even that was better than I think the just doing the,
Right.
which is really cool recorded, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it
live.
works as a
just
whole
doesn't,
on the
yeah.
recorded song, but when we do it live, it gets
It's
lost
really
somewhere.
interesting song, and where like a couple things just really don't work right.
Yeah.
And then I was experimenting a little bit with not playing as many notes during the verse riff, instead of doing like.
I caught that. That's what kept fucking me up is because
Yeah.
I was listening to what you were doing.
That's why I didn't do it as much because I felt like every time I did it, it screwed you up. So
Yeah, because I was listening. I was like,
I
oh,
tried-
that's neat. And I'm like,
I
wait,
tried
I'm
not
playing.
to do it as much because I sensed things going off the rails. But
Right.
yeah, I was just a little less like.
Uh-huh.
You know, like
Yeah,
It's-
kind of fitting it in.
yeah, it felt a little better, but also I don't mind trying to keep the whole riff because it was definitely the best we've ever done it live tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
think you're on
I
the
think
right
we can make
track.
it work.
Right. I do too. It just needs a new thing. What I love, I keep looking over at the monitor, and we gotta work on your camera angle. It's like all bass, the head of your bass, like
Oh.
3D effect right in
Hey.
everybody's
Oh,
face.
it's so
Oh,
sparkly too.
It's good. No
I
one
know,
wants
it
to
does
see
keep
me.
shining in the lighting.
Shiny, shiny.
Just look at my bass.
Look at it.
Fender paid me tens of dollars to do this.
Tens of dollars, almost as much as our Spotify royalties. All right.
I can move my mic.
No, that's fine. So that's what we got right now. We'll work on the. We need. Think about a new bass part, and as they say on Letterkenny, let that better marinate on that. No, that's not what they say.
I actually have to do some homework for once.
It is Canadian, yes.
I'll try to actually work on it off-site.
You'll try and actually
Yes.
work on it. Okay, that's all we ask.
I'll do some homework.
And that concludes our segment that we call Working It Out. Yeah. All right. So that was our song, our working on a song segment. And now we are going to move into one more song before we end the show today. And this one is called Friction Called Quest. This one is also one where it's like, let's see how it goes without guitar. This one could like be, hey, we need guitar or we need to think something else on that. But I think it's going to be okay.
It'll be okay, but there'll
think
be
it'll be all right.
nuances, subtleties we can add,
Yeah,
and I'm sure
things
Brian,
that will, where we have some breathing room to kind of do some stuff. I don't know why this is breathing room.
You're opening your lungs.
We'll do the chicken dance. There you go.
Hey, we don't get sued for that either.
That's right.
Although I
Although
don't
that
know
may
if
be
that's
public
copyright.
domain.
Yeah,
Who
that
knows?
probably
Some
is.
idiot probably owns that song and is collecting all the rights to it. All right, so we're going to move into a song called Friction called Quest, so we'll do that right now. I went back just the same, but feel it get further away. I came up all too fast, just one more for the past, and all that time, and all that time, and all that time. Always tried to find a way, have no more ways I can save. Sent away from that line at the end of this ride, and all that time, and all that time, and all that time. Could it have been like before? Something to hide and nothing more. And all that time, and all that time, and all that time. That actually went okay.
It did.
You
It'll be
missed your
interesting.
solo at the beginning, but you caught that. You were like, damn it, because I came in singing, and he was like,
I came in too early when we practiced it, and I didn't come in.
Yeah.
That'll happen.
no, that one, we can,
I'm
we
sure
can
there's
build off
spice.
of that one for sure.
There's more spice and exact arrangement stuff, but yeah, no,
For
that,
sure.
that-
I was
that one will
enjoying
work.
that. That was good. All right, so give me some outro music here, people. That's the end of the show for this week. This has been the Lorenzo's Music Live and Unfiltered Show. Bam, bam, bam! That, yeah. So, it's a show that we do every week from our studio here, and we work on songs, so make sure to subscribe to the channel to get updated when we do a show each week, or you can also watch some of the playbacks, the reruns, all that kind of stuff after we do the show live. So subscribe to the channel, and we are out of here. We will see you next